Hello, we are group 1, and for our food pairing video, we are pairing desserts with various beverages. For our first pairing, we are pairing cupcake Sauvignon Blanc with sugar cookies.
And so kind of the reasoning behind this pairing is that sugar cookies obviously are very kind of sweet, fairly rich, and we were hoping with the Sauvignon Blanc that it has a bit of a citrus essence to it, and that it's not quite as sweet, that kind of sour sweet mixture might kind of cut through a bit of the sugar cookie without overpowering it. So with that, we can probably just get started.
So what do you guys think about the cookie and the wine pairing?
I thought it was fairly good overall. I think what kind of worked was sort of what we talked about, that kind of, there's a little bit of acidity, maybe a little bit of bitterness to the wine that kind of cuts through the sweetness of the sugar cookie. Another thing I didn't like is that there's a bit of a kind of earthy, sort of a grassy or bell pepper kind of a taste. And that didn't really mix as well with the sweetness. It kind of conflicted a little bit.
I'd say that I kind of like that cut through the sweetness because it doesn't match like sweet with sweet and overwhelms you. Like I would take another bite of cookie. Like it makes me want to take another bite of cookie.
It doesn't kind of overpower you with that sweetness.
Exactly.
Yeah, the zesty flavor of the wine really complements the sweetness of the cookie. I really do agree with
Sure
that.
thing. Yeah. And it doesn't the cookie kind of coats your mouth while the wine kind of cuts through that coating a little bit. So I mean, yeah. And next for our pairings, we're going to be doing a 2014 Malbec Port from Hamilton Cellars, as well as a oatmeal raisin cookie. So kind of the reasons we thought this might work is obviously there's that kind of dried fruit similarity between the two. Ports tend to have that raisiny flavor, be it kind of stone fruit or plum or anything like that, and then there's raisins in the cookies. And generally we just kind of thought that the oatmeal being not super sweet would pair nice with the sweetness of the port itself. And so with that, we can get started.
Sweet.
So I thought that these two paired really nicely together, especially the hint of cinnamon. My one suggestion would be that if this had chocolate, I think it would make it a lot better. The sweetness in this and the chocolate would go really well together, especially dark chocolate.
And a little bit kind of the bitterness to kind of help with the sweetness of the port. I do think that kind of dried fruit aspect worked a little bit better than I expected, honestly. Because the raisins are obviously kind of dried fruit, and there's a really nice kind of plum or fig flavor, but that kind of different variety of dried fruit kind of helped amplify each other, I think, kind of varied the taste.
Definitely. When I first had the wine, all I got was this really big plum kind of aroma taste, and that's all I got really at first. And then when I had the cookie, I really got a cinnamony flavor profile that was different from the wine, but was really brought out wonderfully, I'd say, by the wine. So I really enjoyed this pairing.
Yeah, it definitely kind of amplifies that cinnamon flavor in the port. I definitely didn't get a whole lot of that before the cookie.
Yeah, definitely.
And for our third and final pairing here, we have Deschutes Black Butte Porter, and that'll be combined with some vanilla ice cream. And then to top things off, we'll have a chocolate brownie. And really what we're expecting to happen in this pairing is the vanilla ice cream to cut the bitterness of that coffee flavor from the porter, as well as the chocolate flavor in the porter to really complement the flavor of the brownie. So that's what we're expecting to happen. So let's try it out.
At first taste, you can really the vanilla really does cut the bitterness from the coffee. But then when you eat the brownie right after, you really taste it with the brownie. You can really get the sweetness of the vanilla ice cream. So I really think these combinations really pair well together.
Yeah, the vanilla definitely balances out that bitterness from the porter really well. It hardly tastes, like a bitter beer is mixed with that anymore. It tastes more like a creamy, easier, smoother drink to drink. And then the chocolate afterwards really just complements it at the end, brings out that richness and really makes it sweet and tasty.
Yeah, I really feel like we kind of had this nailed down on what we expected and what actually happened. Especially the nice thing about a brownie is when you're tasting it or just eating it regularly, you can't eat a whole bunch of it in a row without drinking water or something just because it's so rich. But with that vanilla ice cream flavor in it, it allows you to go right back and take another bite of it. It's kind of interesting. Another flavor that I got was Jamocha almond fudge ice cream almost without the Jamocha almond or without the almonds. So that was just another flavor profile that I was experiencing.